Good morning, or good afternoon, or good night, wherever you are in the world. Are you excited? The morning session completed. I was up really early, already tired, and obviously I'm coming back again for a watch along for the evening session. But good stuff happening so far at the Olympic Games. We'll get into some of the results. We'll probably start with the 100 meters in a second. No major surprises there. All the principals are through to the semifinal. That should be an exciting thing. 1500 meters look decent. The high jump was an interesting stuff this morning. I don't know if you were particularly following that as well. People not landing the automatic qualification there. Topic in particular looked as if she picked up an injury early and struggled to go through. Yeah, some interesting stuff there. 1500 meters. I wasn't quite sure what Yared Nagus was up to, but he, made it through automatically as well. And yeah, the decathlon going off to a steady start. Leah Norberger in the lead. So yeah, we'll get to some results. Let me start with the 100 meters because I think that's what most of us want to touch on and talk about first. That closed off the morning, the heats of the 100 meters. And I thought, you know, everything looked really good there. There may be a prediction going around. I'm changing my prediction at the minute. I thought Shacarri Richardson looked really smooth this morning. I don't know your thoughts on that. She shut it down quite early for me, looking really good in terms of her ability to just navigate that and, running a 1094 quite easily. No arm movements in the end. Really easy qualification for her. Van der Vieken looked decent too, from Luxembourg, trying to get that automatic spot as well, and along with Brie Masters there. Second heat was also quite comfortable for me. Looking at Julien Alfred, I have her as potentially upsetting taking this gold medal. Who knows? Right now, Shacarri looks a little bit smoother, but it's opening round. We'll get a chance to see what happens in the semifinal, which should be a cracker. Alfred there in 1095. Nothing to complain about. Morning stroll for her. Zoe Hobbs from New Zealand also making her way there along with Dossa. The veteran from Trinidad and Tobago, Michelle Liai, didn't have enough. It's probably too far for her to get through there. Heat three, and we'll get to some of these things, and then you can let me know your thoughts on what you've seen. Heat three was a interesting heat. Daryl need to ensure that she qualified running a 1092. I like that. Jefferson looked okay as well. Big national record there for the Hungarian and also the Czech Republic athlete qualifying. But those two look quite comfortable. I wasn't the start for Jefferson wasn't the greatest, I don't think, but it's you qualify. That's what you want to see. They also benefit from a little bit more favorable win. I was actually surprised to see a 1.5 win there at Stade de France. It's been moving in different directions as well. Yeah. And I also thought Tina Clayton looked decent in her heat. Didn't win it. There was a national record there from Leduc from Canada, 1095. She ensured that she had to run it. I just had I'm having the replay again on my screen here just to see Shacarri going across the line again. But Lancico as well from Great Britain also qualifying. I like what I saw from Tina early, except that when she got into her drive phase, and you can tell me as well, I think when she was leaving that, she popped up a little bit too quickly for my liking. But it's her first run. She ensured she qualified. I think when Stephen Francis sees this, he'll have a few things to say about it. And you don't want to be perfect in the first round. You want to build on that, especially at your first Olympic Games. But the 19-year-old did what she was supposed to do, got into the semifinal. And I'm just going to go through a few of these and then we can talk about what's happening. Also in heat number, what heat was this? In heat number 5, guys, I thought that was a great heat. Dina Asher Smith looked good for me. Saboda obviously trying to make sure that she qualified comfortably. This is the heat that had a twitch there. I think Chukwuma did the twitch if I remember correctly. And it was an interesting kind of a race. Asher Smith looking good. So does Saboda. There's more in the tank there. I like what I'm seeing from Dina. I don't know how fast she can go, but lots of experience. Also, first year with Coach Flo. I think the Coach Flo athletes will do something good this year at the Olympics, or perform well. Sasha Lee Forbes was in the heat with TT Terry. TT Terry won it comfortably. Forbes looked decent. Forbes obviously had to come in early as a replacement for Shericka Jackson, who had to pull out for whatever reason. They decided not to run the 100 meters and just to focus on the 200 meters. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Don't forget to like the video and get your comments in. I'm not seeing any comments, so hopefully maybe you're at work, maybe you're someplace else. And I was pleased to see Leah Bertrand from Trinidad. I have a soft spot for Trinidad. My wife is from Trinidad, qualifying as well in 11:27. So that looked good for me. No complaints there. Those are the principles I expect. The Heat 7 was also really interesting. I think the Gambian athlete there, Bass, won it in 11:01 ahead of Munjinga. Munjinga looked okay. I mean, Munjinga has been on and off. If you know Munjinga, last few years she's been suffering from a different kind of foot injury here and there. Didn't look good at European Championships, but then came back and did well over 200 meters. She got their automatic qualification there, and the Belgian athlete also qualifying there automatically. And then the queen of the track, you get up in heat number 8, and I want to talk about this in a second as well. So Marie-Josée Tallou wins this in the fastest time of the day, into a decent tailwind, 10:87 ahead of Fraser-Pryce, 10:92. The German also in the mix as well, 11:08. And a bunch of other women here qualifying from this. This was the fastest heat of the race, of the round. Now, what I want to say, and I've said this a long time, why is Marie-Josée Tallou running this fast? There's a lot of times when we look at Tallou and I'm like, she doesn't run the rounds the way she should for an experienced athlete. Sometimes I think she runs them a little bit too fast with too much energy, and that creates a problem for her as she goes on into the latter rounds. Additionally, too, she's not a young athlete anyway, so you want to conserve on that kind of stuff. So I'm concerned about that. 10:87 is good time, obviously, but you want to run this efficiently. Now to Fraser-Pryce, the most experienced athlete out there. We didn't know what to expect really, because she hasn't run a lot this season. Then she pulled out of that event just coming into the Olympics, which created some form of a concern for me and for a number of people. Looked really good, kept low, executed well, looked like a training run for Fraser-Pryce. Looked like there's a lot more in the tank. That's going to be an interesting setup. I don't know what we'll get there, but she was comfortable. I think she kind of realized she was in the top 3 positions and nothing to worry about. And so there you have it. Those are the women that will advance. The semifinals are going to be hot. I can get a summary up of this going into the setup, and that's where we are. We have Tallou leads it in 10:87 ahead of Fraser-Pryce. Daryl Nita also 10:92. Richardson 10:94. Alfred 10:95. Leduc 10:95 as well. So, and 10:96 for Jefferson, 10:99 for Eva Sabota. Those are the women that walked through, ran fairly well, doing sub 10. Tina Clayton just on the cusp there at 11 seconds. So nothing to be surprised about. I don't think there's any casualties that I would have looked at there and said we lost anybody from the first stage of this. Everything looked well. Yeah. Your thoughts on it? I'm not seeing any comments. I don't know if my comments are working. I just want to make sure that my comments are working. So if it's not working, let me know. Someone give me a hi just so I know that things are working. Yeah. So yeah, really good run this morning. And actually, I'm watching the replay here again of Julien Alfred there, way out in lane 9, just kind of really shutting it down, looking really comfortable. Yeah. What's going on, Brian? Thanks for doing that. Based on what I've seen so far, the podium looks like Richardson, Alfred, and Pryce. That's how I would say for sure. That's what I was thinking. I think my producer put out a video of me because I've been all over the place on this prediction. for the women's 100 meters. But yeah, if I had to just pick from this morning's performance, then I would go with Richardson to win it, then Alfred, then Fraser-Pryce. We'll get a better indication in the semifinal. Hi Jenny, how are you doing? Yeah, and that will give us a better sense. We'll have athletes will have to run really hard to get into this final. It's not going to be easy. I think I saw some semifinals already up, but I haven't seen World Athletics officially put it up on the site. But I think I saw like semifinal number one looks like it would have been a cracker, with the likes of yeah, I have to check the semifinal again, but I think semifinal number one. No, which one? I think there's a semifinal that has Fraser-Pryce, Alfred, and Shacarri Richardson in it. Two, but I haven't seen it officially confirmed yet on World Athletics. I don't know if they're waiting to update that, but if that's the case, then it's gonna be an interesting kind of situation. Somebody's gonna sit in the queue room from one of the from a top athlete. If we're being honest with ourselves, yeah, yeah. The semifinals tomorrow are uh, they are tomorrow, and the final is tomorrow as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's right there tomorrow. Uh, so within a 90-minute interval, I can get that up in a second. If we can, like, if I can find that really quickly. So yeah, for tomorrow, it's gonna be one. Let's see, the semifinal tomorrow is. I'll get it up for a second for you guys. I'm running by myself this morning, so that's why it's not always easy for me. Yeah, so semifinal tomorrow is at 1:50 if you're in Eastern Standard Time. I think that's 12:50 if you're in Caribbean, with Jamaica time, I think. And then the final is at 3:20. So we'll crown a new Olympic champion tomorrow. We'll be doing a watch along on that, then I'll come back in the night again to discuss what will happen. So you have to really work super hard if you're gonna get into this final. It's not gonna be easy. No, men's heats are tomorrow in the morning session. Is it morning session? Yeah, the men's heats are tomorrow you'll get the heats of the men's 100 meters in the morning session. Then they'll come back on Sunday and they'll do the semifinal and final. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. I mean, hopefully, if he's in that region, he can get to watch it, because I know that in different parts of the world they block out where you can actually watch the races. John is saying, "How are you doing, John? Tia look happy. She did. She had a little smile at the end there. Everybody knows Tia. The Clintons tend to run like they're falling down. I don't think Stephen Francis have actually fixed that yet, but that will come. She's much more upright than normal. You got to get the jitters out. This is her first major championship. Uh, it's a big place to be, and to be at the Olympic Games. She's young. She shouldn't worry about it, I don't think. I think if she can improve upon what we saw today, she'll be in the mix for sure. Brian is also said Jefferson looked a bit labored and Talu showed too much like in 21. I agree with that. Jefferson didn't look as comfortable as I thought she would. Even TT Terry to a little extent. But, sometimes we shouldn't really make much out of the first run. As long as the athletes qualify, they go straight through for sure. Then, there's an opportunity to improve. So I like what I saw. But in terms of comfortableness, Shacarri looked probably the easiest, then maybe Alfred. I also thought Fraser-Pryce looked much more comfortable than even Talu, but Talu looked good as well. But Marie-Josée Talu tends to run a bit too hard in the rounds, especially when you need it. And she's been, she knows what it looks like to finish in fourth place a lot. So I don't know. Ian, how are you doing? Is it the semifinal next, or is the quarterfinal? No, they go straight to semifinals. There's no quarterfinals, though. You'd have to go back to the Olympics back in the 90s for that. Yeah, so they'll have 3 semifinals, automatic two get to the final, and then they go with the two, uh, the next two. Yeah, yeah. Or maybe it's 9 to the final. I can't remember. I think they're going 9 to finals now. So yeah, probably. I have to check that again. Amber, how you doing? Shacarri blazed through easily. Is goal is Ayn Shacarri. Yeah, that's what it looked. She looked really good. I like, you see the leg. I think she was working hard to not run hard, if you can put it that way. She looked good. She at least with about 20 meters or so, 30 meters or so, she wasn't pumping arms. Maybe last 15, 20 meters, she wasn't even moving the arms at all. Very good. There's a lot more in the tank there. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Yeah, Ian is saying Shacarri race to lose. She has a great future ahead of her. Yeah, she has a big cycle in front of her, obviously, age wise. If she were to win the Olympic title, then there's the World Championships again next year. That's a possibility. Then, leading up into, you'd have to think that the way they would be thinking is what can they accomplish from all the way from last year right up to the next cycle in Los Angeles, because she would still be in an age category unless there's like injuries or so that she should be still firing and so on. But we'll see. We'll see. A lot of people will have to uh will have a say in this where these gold medals go. But so far she looks most comfortable. I would say Alfred next, then Talu. I mean, I think Dina look okay too. There's a bunch of people who look okay as well. Um, Brian is saying thought Talu would have learned from 21. You would think, and I don't know. Maybe she doesn't want to run that fast. Sometimes athletes have a hard time figuring out uh, how to actually run the rounds. So that's what I would say. I don't know. And she's an experienced athlete, and she for sure does. She doesn't need to be running hard. She just need to qualify. She needs two big runs. She, like Fraser-Pryce, need two big runs: a big run in the semi, and then a big run in the final. And that's the challenge. And as you get older, recoveries are harder to do than for athletes who are much younger. Tuffy, what's going on? Bless up, Brandon. Talu usually slots into fourth position because the top three always faster than her. Yeah, but sometimes I don't think she gives her herself enough chance to do that. Thanks for saying for doing that. Uh, yeah, I got another comment here. Shelly's a warrior. Watch out. Yeah, definitely. I never counted Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Last night on the live, I was saying to myself, I feel embarrassed not putting her on the podium in prediction wise, because normally you just expect that. But I didn't have anything to go by really, except for that run at the Jamaica Championships. And then, particularly because she pulled out of that race, I didn't know what to think. I like what I saw today. It looks like classic Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. There's something there. I think there's a wind up that you can get there. I wouldn't put it past her to find her way on the medal podium, because she can do that type of stuff. But it's not going to be easy. Eric, what's up? Alfred look a bit nervous. You thought? Yeah, maybe. Actually, I just no. I'm seeing another race here because I'm just watching everything all over again. This is the Eva Sabota and Daryl Nita here. Not Sabota. It's Daryl Nita here, looking comfortable, and yeah, not bad there. I don't know. I mean, maybe she looked that way. I'd have to see it again to be. I take your word for it for sure. Yeah. 209, and really thought Julien would face Shacarri and Shelly in the final. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The calculations on those things are interesting. Yeah. Jenny saying, can you please tell us who are the fastest qualifiers? I can do that. I can put back that onto the stage. So this is the fastest qualifiers for the morning. Just to recap that quickly. Marie-José Talou from Côte d'Ivoire, the Ivory Coast, 1087. Fraser-Pryce, 1092. Daryl Nita also 1092, just separated by, 1,000 of a second. Shacarri Richardson, 1094. Alfred, 1095. Leduc, 1095, which is a national record for Canada. Jefferson, 1096. 1099 for Sabota. And 11 seconds flat for Tia Clayton, then you get the likes of Asher Smith and so on. So that's how it panned out this morning. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, let's get some more comments here. Dolphin, uh, Dolphin. Sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. Talu, Marie Jose, congratulations. Wish you the best in the semifinal. Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of time for Talu. I think a lot of people love Marie Jose Talu. She's a kind of crowd favorite across the world, and yeah, I like it. Yeah. Uh, guys, thank you for joining me. Obviously, we have over 200 and something, over 89 people on the live. Only 42 likes. Give the video a like. I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's get back to some of your comments here. And I'll be here for a little bit because then I'm coming back for the watch along for the evening session. Looking forward to the 10,000 meter final. Mixed relays are on tap 2 for qualification, 800 meters. All the good stuff will be there. Tuffy saying, the third semifinal is the easiest. Tia must finish the top two fastest. Yeah, let me just run through that real quickly. I haven't seen it updated yet on World Athletics. I can get it up on the screen when I do. But from what I've understand, I'm gathering the semifinals are semifinal 1 will have the Italian Zeynep Dasso. It will also feature Shashali Forbes, Jefferson, Dina Asher Smith, Talu, and Kambunji. So those are the big athletes there, I would say. Semifinal number 2 is tough. You have Richardson, Shacarri Richardson, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, and Alfred. Big people there. And then I suspect 3 looks really straightforward for me. If you want it to be in that, it has Nita, Leduc, Clayton, TT Terry, as the big athletes, I would say, going into that. But once that is populated on the screen, I could get that up for you guys at some point. 209 is saying, really want Alfred to win. That would be super special for St. Lucia. That is something you can't even imagine what that could do for the country there of St. Lucia, the small nation there, who pretty much she is a super special athlete, and I think she'll be on the podium. I don't know if she'll win it, but she'll definitely find her way on the podium, I would imagine. Another comment here. Wow, I can't wait to see it. Yeah. Brian, Alfred has a great chance based on what I've seen so far. That's true. 209 is saying Shacarri, Shelly, Alfred in the same semi. Yeah. Nadine, how are you doing? With all the nerves, one bad start or one false start, and everything changes. Yeah. So we, usually when we think about the predictions, we're just doing it with, all things being equal, nothing out of the ordinary happens. But that we can, yeah, you're right. Stuff can happen. A lot of stuff can happen. Yeah. All right, Brian. I catch you later. You got to get to work. I'll be coming off soon, obviously, because I'm gonna come back. I'll be back at noon Eastern time for the evening session. But I just wanted to be with you guys. Edwina, how you doing? Here in Paris, Richardson in Paris now. Richardson, Alfred. Yeah, enjoy. Ian is saying, so sad to not have Elaine Thompson at the Olympics. I think all the athletes need to I guess to be prudent, in decision making. Yeah, one of those things. Yeah, so that's what we've had so far on the morning session when it comes to the sprint. Bear with me a little bit as I just go through some other events that we have, and continue to put your comments in. I think we had some really good stuff in the field events as well. I was disappointed with the high jump qualification. I'll just give you the quick results on those, to be honest with you. I don't know what was happening there, why athletes weren't hitting the mark. That's kind of interesting, but I'll just give you the quick summary of the high jump, and let me get the high jump up there really quickly. Yeah. So this is what we're looking at here. The world record holder doing 195. Ollie Slagers are also qualified. Patterson also qualified, but no one hitting the automatic 1.97. We also got Topic, which I had as a medal prospect here. Unfortunately for her, she struggled in terms of an injury. Vashti Cunningham make it. If you're from Jamaica, then Lamar Distant didn't make it. She only cleared 188. So that was an interesting morning there for the high jump. Yeah. Uh, let's see. I'll get back to some more comments and I'll do a couple more results. Yannick, how are you doing? Based on the heats, it's going to be Shacarri, Alfred, Shelly for the finals. Yeah, it's going to be a tough. It's going to be a tough. Somebody's going to be in the queue room there before you get into that. Let's see. Charles, how you doing, McGriff? For my eye test, Shacarri, Julien, Talu, Shelly battling for third. Yeah, I can't. That's how it looks right now. Yeah, I wouldn't be this. I can't disagree with that much. Ian, half the story has never been told, so leave. So leave we alone. Okay, I guess that was something else. Maybe not directed to everybody. Yeah, so that's where we are. I think it's gonna be really, really interesting stuff there when it comes to that. I'll get back to some more results, but anything surprised you? I was really shocked by Yared Nagus. I thought he wasn't running, like he didn't get off the plane this morning in the 1500 meters. That for me was interesting to say the least. Uh, I don't really understand what was happening there. But as we talked about on the live last night, and as many people know, if you didn't qualify this morning from the 1500, you would get into the repechage round. So it would not be the end of the world. And yeah, so I could do quickly some of the 1500-meter results here, and then I'll do a summary of the long, not the long jump, of the decathlon. So I'll get this up real quickly here. This is so this is 1500 meters. Josh Kerr looked decent. We haven't seen Josh Kerr all season running 800 meters. The last time we saw Josh Kerr was falling over on the track at 800 meters at the British Championships. He'll have something to say. Coleman was there, Nordis, all these guys there. It was a really easy run for him. I don't think 3:35, really decent time to warm up. Germa looked good in the second heat as well. So did Cole Hocker as well. And yeah, it's a bunch of people going through there. As you know, top 6 get through automatically. And also in the second heat, Jakob didn't really do much. A bunch of guys just went through the motion there, including Neil Gerlich. Chariot did it as well. The Dutch guy, Nielsen, won it. And so all of those guys getting, and then everybody else will get an opportunity to come back and run later on. In tomorrow they will have the repechage round, which, as you know, this is it. So all these guys will try to run in these rounds. There will be 2 of them, and 3 of them will automatically get into the semifinal. So this has been the biggest change from previous years, where you would go after these fastest losers and so on. Let me get back to some more of your comments. Keep it coming. As you know, I like to get everything up on the screen as long as it's clean. Let's see where we are. Ian picked up here. I think Ian is saying, I think that once Coach Francis can get Tia to relax her shoulders and run more upright, like the form that Elaine Thompson has, she's going to be a force to reckon with. Yeah, I don't know if Elaine is a different sprinter, though. I get what you're saying. I know you're not saying they're the same. Just Elaine is one of the most beautiful sprinters you'll ever see on the planet. But yeah, the Clayton twins tend to run falling over. Don't really know why. It could be a hip issue. It could be a core issue. They're 19, so it takes time to build the body up. And I think she's not running. Clearly, she's not running falling over the way they would run when we saw them at the junior level and high school level. But I do understand what you're saying. That makes sense. RDD, it's crazy to prick on rounds, wait for the semi. No, it's true. It's hard. You can't. No one knows what will happen. And as someone else pointed out, someone can get a false start. They could pull up. We don't know. I mean, we have to talk about it. I don't think we can say anything. You don't. All we can say is that the people who you anticipated to run well did what they had to do. They all look decent for the most part. They look comfortable. Richards looked the most comfortable. Alfred looked comfortable. And usually you just want to warm the legs up, get things going. Fraser-Pryce look really comfortable for me. This is like walk in the park for her. She doesn't. I don't think this phases her in the slightest. This is her fifth Olympic Games. You know, no, that's ridiculous. So I think they'll be fine. Dina, how are you doing? But Shelly actually ran better than Alfred. So why people saying Shelly is battling for third? I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know where Shelly is. I don't. Can Shelly get to 10-6, 10-7? I don't. Not sure. We'll have to see. You know. RDD, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce will win. Don't see a medal for Jay, to be honest. Uh, given all I said, LOL. Okay. John, Tia going to wind up from that smile and Frano will be happy with the start, get the cobwebs out. Yeah, I think if you are a first timer, and I'm just seeing another replay here of the Dina Asher Smith race with Eva Sabota. If you're a first time at the Olympics, especially if you're a teenager, it's a different experience. So you got to get it out. And even for seasoned athletes, sometimes there's a nervousness there. You get it out really early. Um, uh, Makamba TV saying, hey there from Kenya. We support our 100-meter sprinter, Ferdinand Omanyala. Can't wait to see him on the track. Yeah, we'll see Ferdinand tomorrow in the morning session. Let's hope he performs well. Ferdinand has a lot of talent. Usually runs much faster, obviously, in Kenya. We'll see. I think he had a shot in Eugene, but didn't get on the plane, didn't get the visa till late. He has to prove himself, I would say. I don't know. I don't have him medaling, to be honest with you, but we can't count him out either if he gets a good race. So who knows? But I don't have him medaling. But I like Ferdinand. Yeah, shout out to everybody all around the world. Thank you for joining me from wherever you are. I really appreciate that. You know, hit the like button. I know we have over 360 of you on the live, only 71 likes. That would be good if you like. Subscribe, notification bell, because we'll be coming back live in not too distance from now to do the watch along. Then tonight, a big recap. Gary Lynch says, if Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce jumps out the blocks with a 10.6 speed and let the field chase, it may be a different race. Yeah, I think a lot of people over time have seen the backs of Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce because of an explosive start, and they tried to run her down, and not many has actually accomplished this. But we're talking about a season that started later than anyone would anticipate. Also, an infrequent run. She's not been running a lot, right? She pulled out of events. I don't know if there's 10-6 in those legs right now. I would love it, but I don't know. I can't, there's no evidence to say there's 10-6 in the legs, to be honest with you. So, and I think if you're not in a 10, if you can't be in a 10-6 shape, then I can't see you winning, right? I don't know if you have to run 10-6 to win, but you need to be in that kind of shape. And I don't know if she's in that type of shape. Yeah. Oh yeah, just seeing the twitch there again from Chukwuoma that caused the athlete to jump, the Brazilian athlete to jump, which fortunately no one, just a warning there. I suspect I didn't look at the reaction time. Clearly, Chukwuoma didn't leave. I don't think her feet left the blocks in any way, so that's why she probably stayed in the race. Brandon Webb says it doesn't matter what anyone says. The race will be run to decide the placings. Yeah. Okay. I don't. Maybe they respond to someone else. John, twins have mega strength in those legs. I don't disagree. Dylan is saying the field for me is definitely wide open, but Shelly and Talu have the edge. You mean on a medal podium? Interesting. Luna says Shelly will win, like the confidence. Yeah. Okay, I hear what you're saying. Dina, if Shelly get that rocket start, that knee give her a chance. It what? That knee give her a chance. It no one catching her at the line. Right. Okay. I guess yeah. So you're yeah. The knee is the issue. I don't know how explosive you can be. She's gonna need a big one in the semi for sure. Yeah. Dylan is also saying I think Oblique will get goal. Interesting. Oblique early in the season looked really well. I don't know. I would like to see how oblique looks in this championships. He had to get some treatment recently in Germany. Hopefully, he's in good shape. But uh, I think if he's in great shape, I could see two Jamaicans on the podium. Uh, Gavin, what's up? Greetings, fam. Greetings to you too. Thank you, everybody, for coming on. John is saying, so feeling is Tia will have to pull out a big 10.8 in the semi. I think a lot of bigs have to come out in the semi. You want to make sure you get into it, but get into that final. It's gonna be. It's almost like for some of these semifinals, it looks like a final, right? So it's gonna be tough. You got to run. Ashley is saying true. Not quite sure true to what. Hopefully, it's a good stuff. Luna. Jamaica will win both 100 for men and women. That's a big stretch there, but okay. Dina, these semis is going to be a quick shop and surprises will happen. Yeah. Can you explain how Shacarri, Julien, and Shelly ended up in the same semi? Well, you'll ultimately have to have winners from both in it. It's also then it's a random calculation after that too. And so Shelly came second her in her thing. I think Talu gets the best because of the timing. Yeah. It's they do this new calculation on it, but it happens. You will always end up with winners in both for sure because of how many heats you have. And yeah, it's just one of those things. Yeah, one of those things. Thanks everybody for joining. Yeah. Yeah. Ashley is saying, I think Shelly's going to win the 100 meters. We will just see because we haven't seen her like this from 2021. So we will see her. We will see. She seems comfortable. I do like the confidence of you. I think Shelly is the greatest career we've ever seen over 100 meters, but I don't know. I can't. 21, we knew what she was coming in 21, right? And she ran too fast probably early. No one was beating Elaine that night, but she could have run if Shelly had run 10.6 at the Olympics and when Elaine running that 10.5, who knows, it would have been even faster for Elaine. It would have been a bigger push. But 22, she was back to our best. She was, they started a little bit later and she was amazing. Last year she was injured a lot. I keep saying to this day, Fraser-Pryce should never have gone on the medal podium in Budapest. This is how of a killer she is. She looked at these people and like, I'm gonna come on this podium even though I'm not healthy. And so this is why you can't counter her out even this year. She can find a way. She's really hell bent on running really hard and finding a way on the podium. And obviously, she also strike fear in athletes. Maybe not all athletes, but in a lot, right? You have to respect her. To say she'll win, I can't see. I expect Shacarri to run some ridiculous times. I think Shacarri is definitely in 10-6 shape. There's no question about it. Unless something she went wrong with the training since we saw her at the U.S. National Championships, and I don't think so. I think Julien Alfred could potentially be in that kind of shape too. Her PB over 200 meters was also refreshing to see. I just don't know what kind of shape Fraser-Pryce is in. Only because, one, we just haven't seen her, and we know she has an injury that is not allowing her to train the way you'd want her to train. Plus, she's also 37 going on 38. It's just amazing that she's still here. I keep saying those things, but I have to say it. Gary is saying the female final will see 7 athletes go below 11 seconds. Yeah, it could be all 8. It could be. Dina, me hate them. The semi them set up for Shelly. Yeah, it's one of those things. Gavin is also saying gone are the days where it was super obvious that Shelly was jogging 10.92, but now she's running with more effort. Yeah. Mark, which of the likely finalists in the 100 meters is likely to be on PDs? I don't know. I don't think. Yeah, I have no. I don't think we can make claims on those things. What I will say that the testing protocols have improved. I AIU has been extremely aggressive in the way in which they go after athletes now. The way they test athletes is not even only around just testing them out of competition, is also to be aggressive to figure out like maybe something is off. And if they think something is off, they try to set up the athletes, not set them up, but they do more concerted efforts to go after athletes. We saw all of that stuff with the Eric Lira case recently and the Blessing Akabar thing. There's a different protocol of how they do these things. Uh, the distance runners obviously have the biological passport. They're working on the sprint passport kind of to track certain things to see if markers are off. So things have improved. That doesn't mean you can't get caught. The problem with if someone gets caught at the Olympics, it's because they're usually stupid, right? Like you shouldn't really get if you're doping, you shouldn't get caught in competition. It's increasingly tougher to suss out people who might be on something, only because of how they do it, right? They tend to do it over a period of time during auto competition, a lot of microdosing, a lot of different types of stuff that really makes it hard. And so they're using more than just the regular scientific methods to go after athletes. They're doing a lot more like investigative stuff, like stuff the FBI would do or whatever, right? Like that's how they're tracking, and they're listening into conversation, and they're working with other agencies to figure out if something awry is there. And if they pick up like there might be something, then they identify the set of athletes or people who work with some athletes, and they then do a lot more testing on those set of athletes to see if they uncover stuff. So to say that someone might be doping at the Olympics, it's possible, but I that's not something I can really make any anything on. Yeah. Oh, thanks for saying that. I apologize about that. I don't know where I am on the comments. I think I missed out on a lot of them. Uh Mark had said, yeah. Dina saying the Paris track is indeed fast. Yeah, I did believe Mondo that it's fast. I think it's pretty probably a bit. They say it's faster than the Tokyo track. All new tracks should be fast, but you know, I like to show off my little piece of the Olympic track here. But I don't know. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I was pleased to see a 1.5 win in Stade de France. The wins tend to be variable, negligible around zero, and we saw some of them going in different direction. But we'll get a chance. We'll see what's going on. Yeah. Gavin says the track seems really scary. At this point, we can expect anything. Ashley saying we don't have Elaine, and that is sad. I'm confident saying that this will win. Ooh. I'm confident saying that this will. You're saying both. I don't want to. I don't know if you can fix that. I'm not quite sure. I understand. Mark, any athletes associated with Justin Gatlin's former coaching team shouldn't be trusted. All right. I don't want to get in trouble, Mark. I don't have anything to. I don't know what to say. I know that Mark is saying that. John, the win was a bit random, so Tia is odds on to smash her PB at the very least. Yeah, if we go back to 2003 at the World Championships, there, uh, usually the win is negligible around zero, so you get some going a little bit below and a little bit above. You didn't really get a lot of strong wins. It's just also the way Stade de France is built. It's not really an open concept that allows for wind to come in a lot. No, and that's part of my reasoning. If you guys saw my video, I put out the explain on why we shouldn't expect world records. Is that I think it's possible that because of that, it might be difficult to expect a lot of records, especially if you don't get the assistance, especially records that require tailwind. Yeah, but we'll see. Valerie's saying, I never say never when it comes to Shelly-Ann. You don't know her body. Let God determine that. Yeah, I don't. I agree with that. I don't. I think. Look, one thing we can say about Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is that she is a fighter. She knows how to win. There's only one time in her career she never made it on a medal podium, right? How many people can say that, right? I think 2011. I think she was that time she had that she was ill or so. But even the last, you think about when she's not at her best, she still finds a way on the podium. 2016 in Rio, she had a toe injury, still snuck in for the bronze. Last year in particular is a big thing as well. She was not in great shape. Injuries curtail the season, different planning, and she still showed up and got on the podium. So that's the thing about Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Uh, we can't determine anything because Shelly is the person that will give you guys a big surprise. Yeah, she can. Yeah. Shacarri is good, no doubt, but Shelly-Ann is my girl to win. Yeah, okay. And I guess you're getting support there. Shamar, what's going on? Good morning. What's up? Lots been going on. Lots been going on so far. Uh, great comments coming in. Gavin is saying Jamaica has proven years after years that they always show up in the biggest and hardest moments. So I don't think we should be panicking. I said it last night on the live. Thank you for saying that, Gavin. Whatever happens on the women's side for Jamaica at this Olympics, and if it ends up in a place where people aren't 100% happy about it, the future is always great. The one thing that, if you study the history of Jamaican track and field, women have never disappointed. There's never a period where they're not actually always finding their way on podiums and then obviously winning from time to time. The history of Jamaican track and field at the Olympics goes back obviously to the greats like Herb McKinley and Les Lang and Arthur Wint and those guys. There's a big lull. The 60s is there, a couple of people here and there. You go to the Montreal Olympics, you get a Don Quarry, you got other people there. Nothing much. By the time you get to the 80s and the emergence of the likes of Merle Naughty and Grace Jackson and Cutbirth, and you go in the 90s and Dion Hemmings and Fenton and all these different people finding ways. And then this new crop of women, there are always women there, VCB, there are always people to be okay. So you look at the talent pool, you're okay with it, right? So the big three is not going to be the big three anymore. It's going to be probably a new emergence of a big three. You got Brianna Liston to come. You have Alana Reid, who is there, and youngsters, the Clayton twins. There are a bunch of people that will pop up and do something, even if it doesn't happen now. That's how I would think about it. There's never a dull moment there in terms of them not stepping up. Thank you, everyone, for coming on. Don't forget to like. Eiffel, the track and field scientist, says it's Shacarri race to lose, but if the Rocket get where trouble in a powder house, yeah, it could happen, yeah, but it is Shacarri's race to lose, to be honest with you. Just looking again at that Kambunji race there, I still think Munjinga has some toe issues. I don't think they've ever figured it out. Uh, yeah, I did watch everything. I watched all the heats this morning. Yeah, I watched everything today already. I was up really early. Not good. Mentor has the Kenya flag here going, I think it looks like. Yeah. Thanks for coming on. Dina is saying, with that track, I can see Kishane doing a 960 or a 963. That's those are some rarefied times though, Dina. I would love it. I would love for someone to pop up and run 9.6. It would make me happy. It would make the track world stand up. But let's think about how many people have actually gone sub 9.7. Tyson Gay, Johan Blake, and then the great man. The great man is Usain Bolt. I like what I see from Kashane. I think he's a Safat Powell type runner in the making. Not quite there yet with the technique. Hopefully, he doesn't have the same unfortunate happenings at a major championship. However, he's explosive. He's the kind of sprinter you like to see, the kind of high knees type sprinter. You like those guys. You like your Donovan Bayless sprinters, those guys who are putting knees up, and you're like, yeah, fantastic. 9.6 is up there, though. I would love it. I think his performance 9.8, 9.8, 9.7, shutting it down at the Jamaica National Championships is an indication that he can go much faster, and he should go much faster. He's also been taken care of by one of the all-time greats now. If you think about it in a coaching setup, a true winner in Stephen Francis. So it could, but I have to wait. I would love it though. I'm not against it. Mentor saying, when is the race taking place? What race? The semifinals are tomorrow, and there's a evening session later on for track and field. A lot of stuff will happen. 800-meter qualifier. There will be mixed relays qualifier. There's a 10,000-meter final tonight. That's the first gold medal that will be handed out on the track later on tonight. So I'll be back for that. I soon have to jump off because I want to make sure I get back for that. Dina said, a few world records, it's going to be broken, but don't know which event. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, Johnny said, we got a 1.5 today. And I saw that, and I was like, interesting. I was like, 1.5 was, that was a shocker for me. Normally, I don't anticipate that in Stade de France, but there's not a lot of evidence in Stade de France anyway. So I'll be honest with you, there's not a lot of races that have been there. Yeah, we'll see the wind conditions have to be great for people to run well. Jonas saying, stop speculating. Is that in reference to me? I don't know what you mean. Have you seen the second semifinals with the big three guns like Alfred, Richardson, and Fraser? Yeah, I saw that. It's going to be tough, And Eiffel is saying Kishane Thompson train. And Gavin is saying, funny enough, USA is only worried about Jamaica in 90% of the sprint events. Jamaica is a big deal. I'm proud to represent. Cool. Yeah, I mean, Jamaica pulls way above their weight for the size of population, certainly for the resources that they have. But the one thing that they have, which is always good, is a good system of a good youth feeder system. There's a lot of events that Jamaica could be doing much better in, but that's a different story and for another life. Ian is saying, if all goes well, we should be able to win gold in the women's 4x1. We just need to get through the rounds and have Shelly, Shericka, and Tia in the final. I don't know. The Americans are really stacked there. They're really stacked. And they can call in people like even Gabby Thomas. They can do a lot of stuff. I still think they're a bit favorite there. I have to see what kind of shape Jackson is in. It depends on the shape Shericka is into, and even ultimately the shape that Fraser-Pryce is in. But I don't know. Another comment there. Kishane the train is going choo choo. Tamara saying, where did you get the start list for the women? I'm not seeing it on World Athletics. Yeah, I haven't seen it neither either rather. I saw it on social media. I didn't see it on the Olympic site either. And at the time I was looking, they had not updated it yet. Let me check really quickly. When I checked the last time, they didn't update the results yet. Let's see. Give me a second, guys. This is results semifinal. It still the data hasn't been updated, so I don't know. Maybe it's one of those pre-press stuff. Sometimes people can get the stuff in the press room. I have no idea. I haven't seen it. Yeah. Yeah, but I saw it where they had. Let me just read it from where I saw it. I gotta look for it again. I saw it somewhere earlier. Yeah, I think I saw it on a social media site where they have. It's always weird when I'm doing it by myself. But I think the way that I think the semifinal three has Nita, Ledoux, Clayton, TT, Terry, Bertram, Two has, yeah, two is the one they say with Fraser-Pryce, Alfred, and Richardson, but it's not been official yet on World Athletics, so I don't know. John is saying so. Kemba has flown in. She should be there by now. She was in Spain, I believe, so Kemba should be there. Richard Williams, I'm in full support with my Jamaican athletes. Can we both, I guess you're saying wing both 100 and 100 and 4x1 for the team? Yeah. Look, it's possible. I don't think Jamaica should be very competitive over the 4x1. I don't know if they start favorites, though. I think the US probably starts favorites, just slightly, probably, or more than slightly. It just depends on what kind of shape the athletes are in. Jamaica needs to get through the round, though. There's some level of a little shenanigans there, but they're figuring it out. I'm just seeing Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce again. I just want to watch. I was just rewatching the entire morning session here. I want to see the race again. But, the queen looks good whenever she gets in the blocks. They're just reintroducing her. Yeah, so that's that. What else did we miss? You're saying Jackson will fall. What? Will fall in by surprise. Okay. Let me get this one. I don't think we covered everything from the morning session. I just want to do that justice really quickly by saying what else is there. Right. So I just want to put up really quickly the summary of the men's decathlon. The decathlon started off. It looked really good this morning. The only thing I would say about it is, obviously the world record holder, the French athlete, we're missing him. He, injuries, didn't get a chance to compete. And for me also wasn't looking good. So right now it's the German, the NCAA champion, Leo Norgbar from Germany, leading with 2876. Give me a second here. I want to see the Shelly race again. And Shelly came out really good. Yeah, she popped up a little earlier than I would anticipate, but she was just super comfortable running her own race. Talu, on the other hand, looked really smooth too, but maybe running a bit faster than, as I mentioned earlier, than she should have been running. But I think Talu probably is just ready to go. Sometimes when you get to these championships, your body just wants to run fast, and it's the ability, you have to try your best to stay there. Anyway, so after 3 events so far, long jump, 100 meters, and the shot put, the defending champion is in second. So the German is leading, Warner in second, and Delamere from Puerto Rico is also in third. My biggest issue so far is the Estonian athlete. Maybe he can pick up later, but currently 9th position there. So that's where we are on the decathlon. Cool. All right, where are we? So yeah, those are the morning session for me. I don't know if you are wanting to talk about anything else. I'll be back at noon Eastern Standard Time. That will start off with the high jump for the decathlon, and then we'll get into 5,000 meters for women. So we'll get to see a bunch of great athletes there. I'm really excited for that. It's going to be easy running, obviously, because of the you just like automatic 6 will get through. I think actually the top 8 will get through and advance to the final. You'll get to see Faith Kipiegan. You'll see Gudaf Sagai. It's gonna be really, really good running there for the women's 5,000 meter heats. Also, there will be qualifications for women's discus too. Triple jump qualification as well. That should be special to watch. Mixed 4x1 relays, so you get a little heats of the relays on track as well. And 800 meters shot put qualification for men. That's going to be exciting. And also the 10,000 meter final. I don't know what to expect from the 10,000 meter final. I talked about it the other night, but there's people who you haven't seen for a while, like Cheptegei. You have to think Joshua Cheptegei is always in the mix somewhere. Solomon Barrega. I did, Kip Lima also is countryman from for Cheptegei there from Uganda. Yeah, really interesting stuff. There's a bunch of guys that we look forward to that. That will be the first gold medal handed out today as well. Yeah, cool. Uh, let's see where we are now. Let me get more some more comments and then I'll probably shut it down for the evening. Debbie, hi. The person we all think will win the 100 meters may not be the winner. Hey, that's how it works, right? Surprises can happen, right? Nadine is saying, I hope they put the correct people in the heats and semifinals for the 4x1 to get to the finals. That could be tragic there. If we start on that, it's an all day conversation. John is saying, if Tia gets the third heat in the semi, then I think they view that as lucky. She can beat Dina and TT. Richard is saying, but they both burn lots of fuel chasing first in the heats. I'm not. Yeah, maybe explain that a little bit more. All right, cool. So that's the morning session, guys. I've been with you for a little bit over an hour. I really appreciate you. I'll be back at noon Eastern Standard Time to watch the event, hang out with you guys. So if you're going to watch it somewhere and you still want to be on your YouTube and just chat about what you're seeing, I want to talk to you. And then tonight, again, we'll come back and do a little recap and a preview for what's to come in the morning. So you stay tuned to the channel. I appreciate everything from all of you guys. Like the video as you leave, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.